explore and find out if each statement is always true, sometime true, or never true. So let's underline the key thing. Always, sometime, or never true. You can use examples to support your answer. Okay, let's have a look. Sum of two even numbers gives a multiple of 4. So the question is, consider two even number. Let me just take a second. Yeah, consider two even number. So both are even. You add them up, you'll get some result. Is it that this number is always divisible by 4 or sometime divisible by 4 or never divisible by 4? That's what you guys have to tell. See, whenever you get any such random question, the best thing to do is take some number, take some number, substitute it over the, expression, whatever you want. In this case, we need two number which are even number, substitute them, check the result, check if it's divisible by 4. So try that with one or not one actually, at least 2 or 3 combinations. Okay. So you have to check till a point wherein this condition is satisfying. So always keep this in mind. Whenever you get any such question, take a few examples. Yes, they have asked you to write some example. So you guys are too small for thinking all of this, but here the funda is, that's what you need to understand. In the future, you might not get questions like take an example and show it. They'll just directly check if the statements are so. So that time what you have to do is consider few set of numbers, check if what the scenario is, true picture is, and then continue. So please pause and try it. I hope you guys did it. So let me explain what I mean by consider example. Consider even numbers. So they asked us to consider a few numbers. Let's consider even numbers. 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, and say 50. Now, let's consider two cases. So what to do? Since we are talking about divisibility by 4, let's take up two numbers, both numbers divisible by 4. Right? What I mean is 40 and 44 is what I'll add. So I'll get 84. What is 84? 84 is a multiple of 4. That's good. So it looks like it is always true, but of course, never stop with one example. Let's try a number is a multiple of 4 while the other is not. So let's consider 40 and say 42. I think this is good enough. This will give me 82. But clearly 82 is not a multiple of 4. So from this example, I hope you guys have got this at your end as well. You can take up any random numbers, right? Any random number. You can just go with 2, 4, 6, all of those. I went with this. So you can take up any random set of numbers and try this. Okay, now from both the cases, what can you conclude? Therefore, sum of two even numbers is correct. Sometimes divisible by 4. And this is what it means. Same thing now with sum of two odd numbers gives a multiple of 4. Same process, right? Consider odd numbers. So please pause and try it. I'll go with 41, 43, 45, 47 and 49. Now consider a case. Let's consider how can you vary? We can consider numbers or consecutive numbers. Let me go with consecutive means, guys, next to each other. Consecutive numbers. So in this case, what are the consecutive numbers? For example, 41 plus 43. This will give me 84. 84 is a multiple of 4. That is, it can get divided by 4 or it comes in 4 table. The language can vary. Not an issue. Now, what is the other case? Again, see, I'm varying the scenarios also. I'm varying the scenarios. Non-consecutive numbers. So whenever you get any such situation, take up bunch of examples. Say 41 and 45 is 86. 86 is not a multiple of 4. So what can you conclude? Sum of odd numbers is sometimes multiple of 4. And that's that. Right? Again, here the underlying principle is what? Considering examples. Whenever you get questions, consider examples which are contradicting. Once I took up a set of number which were multiples of 4 and another time not a multiple of 4, or one is multiple, another is not a multiple. So with this, I got to know that it's not always, it's not never, it has to be sometime. Sometime it is divisible, sometime it is not divisible. So that conclusion we ended up with. For always and for never, you have a separate way to prove that. That is obviously not for you guys. But yeah, that is that's a rare case for you guys to get. Okay. If it's so, then don't worry. That too, you will get questions which are kind of easy. Then again, what is the underlying principle? I consider a set of odd numbers, then one which are next to each other, one which are not next to each other. You can go with any logic of grouping the numbers. And here it was very clear for me again that sometimes we get a number which is multiple of 4, sometimes we will not get. And that's the conclusion.